So you're probably asking yourself, did I really go above 70 miles per hour on my Royal Enfield 350 Classic 350cc? And the answer is yes. I did actually do it, and I did modify the bike to do so. So let me show you what I did. First of all, here's the bike. Here's, my added accessories, a little bit of extra weight here and here. The first thing that I did is I went out and I got this Powertronic module, wired that in, tucked it all behind here, and I went ahead and it hides behind this little panel here. And at the end I'll show you a screenshot of my figures of what I have it set to in order to get that speed and without any pinging, because if you don't adjust it right, you'll get some knock and ping, and that's not good. I drilled out the little spacer here over the air filter, and I have a K&N in there, so this gives it a little bit more breathing room, enough for what I'm doing. There's kits where you can buy it where it doesn't have any of this, but I don't feel like I needed all that. This is all wired in, tucked in under here. I have a little lighting kit in there. All the little modules go in here. And as you can see, and it's probably upside down in here, so I'm going to flip the camera a little bit. But you can see that's the module that I've got. All right, so the other thing that I did was straight piped this. I found this online. I'll try to put links to some of the stuff that I got if I can still find it, because it's been a while since I've done this. You can see over here there's the stock exhaust pipe, and I swapped it out with these. The shield transferred over, so I was able to keep that on there. As you can see, some of the paint's already coming off of this. No big deal, I don't care. The other big change that I had to make was this, and I'll see if I can get a view of that without having to open it all up. This is from a Hunter series motorcycle of about the same year. I got it on eBay used. You have to match the right series. So in this case, mine was a J series on the original. So this is a J1 series RLT, and it has to be a 187. Otherwise it'll have the limiter on it, as far as I know. So this doesn't have the same limit at 70 miles per hour as the factory for this bike. This allowed me to get it over the 80 mile per hour mark. So as you can see in the video, hopefully it's not too blurry, that I actually was able to hit 85 on a straightaway, mind you. I've actually hit 90 going downhill. I was at 210 when I started this. I'm at 165 pounds now, so losing that weight probably helped significantly. But that's what I did, and that's how I got it. Now here is the side effects. One, the O2 sensor does not match up with this O2 sensor, since it's a different bike. So that triggers your your engine light. Doesn't hurt anything, it doesn't bother anything, but it does come on. So if you try to sell the bike with that on there, that would be on there. You'd have to revert it back to factory. Everything I did, you can revert back to factory. The other downside is that the neutral light doesn't work, because I guess that Hunter series bike doesn't have one, so it doesn't see it. Because of that, it doesn't know that it's in neutral. So even if you're in neutral and you put the kickstand down, it'll still cut the power to the bike, because it thinks that you're trying to put it down while you're riding. Again, you get used to that really quick. If you've been riding for 5+ years, I've been riding for about maybe 9, almost 10 years. You learn where the neutral switch is. You don't even need to look at that. Anyway, I got this bike with only 80 miles on it for $3,000 from someone who was desperate to sell. I'm used to bigger bikes. I kind of quit riding when I messed up my back, but the deal on this was not too bad, and it was small, light, so I got it, and then I just started modifying those components. I still have the factory tires on it, the factory brakes, like everything on this is pretty much factory, and I just added some accessories like these bags here. And just for your info, you can find these on Amazon. These are actually really good. They're stiff, waterproof. I mounted it on the top because I didn't want them so low that they were hitting the pipe and they were hitting all this stuff here. And I modified this to fit, and I put this little edge guard that you put on your car door to kind of keep it from rattling around. I put this on the front. Again, I had to kind of custom do this, but it works. So, but this bike is metal. It's all metal. That's why it's so slow. You're never gonna be winning any races on it. But if you want to be able to get up to 80, so you can actually get on the highway and maybe go somewhere and go camping, that's a mod that I would suggest you do. Again, and I'll try to put all this in the description of the items that I got, so you know. This is a 2023 model. Usually you have to find 2024 or 2022 year parts, but you can make that work. You can get this above the 70 mile per hour marker, which I know I've seen in all the forums that everybody was trying to do, and even people who claim that there's just no way. Now, keep in mind, you got to hold fourth gear to get that up to the 70, 73 mark era before you hit that final fifth gear. That allows the fifth gear to kind of pull you and creep you up to the higher RPM, especially if you go downhill. It'll definitely go quicker. I've been able to get on an incline, a slight incline, and get it to get above 75. So obviously if you load it down with equipment, that's not going to happen. But it works. I've done it. I proved that you can do it. It's just a matter of doing that. And again, this is what I got for it. The configs that they give you with it don't work. And the reason they don't is because when I used them, you could hear at the higher RPMs, you could hear the knocking and pinging. So I actually added a lot more fuel to the config and adjusted it several times, probably 20 times before I got it to where it works just right, where it's not popping all the time, and it's not flooded with gas. Of course, I straight piped it, so that actually makes the sound a lot deeper and louder. Not too loud, but loud enough, and to get people's attention when you're on the road. But it also allowed for a little bit more, what it feels like a little bit more power through it, maybe an extra horsepower. And on a bike this small, every horsepower counts. So that's what I did. I also put grip puppies on here. I keep up front, this thing has my tire patch kit with CO2s for cartridges for the quick fill, and I have one of those little air pumps in here that's got a battery in it in case I need to help somebody on the side of the road. I have a little gas can, a mini gas can. It's empty, but I can fill it up with gas if I need to, again, to help somebody out. So I have that weight on there, and I'm still able to get this thing over 80, 85. If you have any questions, let me know. And hopefully this helps any of those people who are just have a bike like this and that are just frustrated with that 70 mile per hour restriction, which even downhill it'll kick in and slow you down, which is super annoying. So hopefully I help you out, and if I do, well, let me know.